Did you know that allergy, cold, or flu you have could be caused by formaldehyde vapor seeping from your kitchen cabinets? We're going to tell you about it, and we're going to challenge a leading household cleaner's claim that it can make grease disappear. We're going to have all this and more on Fight Back. Hi, I'm David Horowitz. Welcome. And I see our horror file is just beckoning to me, crammed with all your complaints. And let me tell you something. We have a very absorbing letter about towels. It comes from Jack Jackson of Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota. Jack saw this ad selling 40 brand new towels for $1.75. What a bargain! The ad claims that the towels are unwoven cotton or rayon. Super quality, beautiful, new perfect towels in assorted pastel colors. The ad also claims that this is the world's greatest towel value. Well, Jack sent for a set of these towels, expecting, like it says in the ad, the world's greatest towel value. And this, folks, is what he got. Here it is. Look like quality? What they look like to me is common disposable towels. What would you think if you expected super quality towels and received something like this?
I'd sue. They're rags. They're not good for anything, not even housekeeping.
I wouldn't want to take a shower and have to dry off with this.
I'd say I got ripped off. Definitely.
I would be very angry because this is not what I would expect.
I'd call that a real rip-off. But I think anybody that would send for 40 towels in the mail kind of deserves that.
I think I would be getting what I deserve.
I wouldn't even blow my nose in that thing.
Now, I guess you can't expect too much for $1.75, but these towels are so thin. How thin are they? Well, I'll tell you how thin they are. They are so thin that Jack Jackson put one in his typewriter and wrote his complaint to us on it. And here it is. Now, you heard one woman tell us that she felt that if she fell for an ad like this, she deserved what she got. But that's not how to fight back. If you're not satisfied with a product you paid hard-earned dollars for, take the time to wrap it up and send it back and take advantage of the money-back guarantee and tell them to shove it back in stock. That's the way to fight back. But also let your postmaster know so they can look into this kind of ad. If everyone did this, it would be a clear indication to the seller that the product doesn't match the hype, and maybe it would put a stop to this kind of mail-order advertising. And to Jack Jackson, for his revealing towelegram, we're going to send you a Fight Back t-shirt. And we're going to show you how to write grease on your refrigerator door when we challenge a well-known household cleaners commercial after this commercial. Would you imagine, would you like to read Now, you wouldn't think that challenging a household cleaner commercial could turn into a top-secret adventure. But that's what happened to us when we decided to challenge Pine Sol's grease commercial. That's the commercial where they paint the word grease on a refrigerator door with grease. And Pine Sol Cleaner wipes the door clean while the other leading brand fails. Now, you've all seen that commercial, haven't you? Yes. Very popular commercial. Well, in order to challenge that commercial, we thought it was only fair to contact the American Cyanamide Company in Wayne, New Jersey. They make Pine Sol. We wanted to find out what kind of grease they used. You see, almost all cleaning products use their own specially formulated dirt and grease when they demonstrate their product's cleaning abilities. However, when we asked Pine Sol for their formula, they flatly refused us. They didn't even want to discuss what they used. They said, and this is a quote, "It is against our policy to reveal the exact nature of this soil," unquote. Well, we then asked if they would send us a sample of their grease and assured them that we would not have it analyzed, and again they said absolutely not. It seems that Pine Sol's formula for grease is top secret. But this didn't stop us. In order to do our challenge, we just developed a formula of our own. So it is now time for the Fight Back Commercial Challenge. For our formula, we use typical ingredients that you might find smeared on your refrigerator door. Dirt, straight from the garden. Chocolate, from baby's hands. Grill grease, from mother's cooking. And a touch of taco oil from the local fast food chain. And from the garage, Axe lubricant from Dad. We put them all together and made grease.
This is the time, is the place, is the motion. Now grease is the way we are feeling. Grease is the word that you heard. It's got a groove, it's got a meaning. This is the time, is the place, is the motion. Now grease is the way we are feeling. Grease is the word, is the word, is the word, is the word, is the word.
Okay, we have our grease. Now for a refrigerator from the local appliance store. There's one. Just like on the commercial, we write the word grease with grease. This can be tough for someone who flunked finger painting in kindergarten. How do you spell grease? G-R-E-A-S-E. We wrote the word twice, not only on one refrigerator, but on 3 refrigerators. You see, Pine Sol is going to be challenged by 3 other cleaners. Fantastic, 409, and Lysol. First, it's Pine Sol against 409. Look at that. Now Pine Sol. Both clean as a whistle. Wasn't that exciting? But wait till you see Fantastic against Pine Sol. That's fantastic. Now Pine Sol. Uh-oh. Pine Sol left a streak. It didn't get clean. Now it's getting exciting, right? Well then, let's try Lysol against Pine Sol. First Lysol. Beautiful. The tension mounts. Now Pine Sol. Uh-oh, it looks like Pine Sol fails the Fight Back Challenge. Now that was exciting. Now, possibly one reason Pine Sol didn't perform as well as it did on their commercial was because we just didn't have the same combination of grease and dirt that they used in their secret formula. Now, there's nothing against Pine Sol. They do make a good cleaning product. But this is a good example of how an advertiser can make their product perform in a commercial any way they want it to. Now, in Pine Sol's case, they developed a secret formula for grease that they knew would show off their product best. Now, you can't fault the advertiser for trying to make his product look good. However, you should be aware of the standard advertising technique the next time you go shopping. Should we have given them another chance?
Yes, I think so.
Do you think so? Well, some do, some don't. But you know what we did? We gave them another chance. We went out to the parking lot and picked up some hard-to-remove grease from an automobile engine. We put 3 handprints on our refrigerator door and tried fantastic. It took the print off in one sweep. .409 took a little more rubbing, but it took it off also. And now Pine Sol. This time, Pine Sol passes easily, proving once again just how important what formula for grease you use. Now, what did this prove? You might ask that question. The only way to find out which product works best for you is to try it out yourself. It's all very simple. Just sample. And be very selective as to the grease that you use. Does anybody have a towel? Does anyone have a towel? This towel doesn't work. That's a good towel, right? Anyway, almost everyone complains about the high cost of food, but how many of you are aware of the fact that you might be innocently doing something that contributes to this high cost? The supermarkets call it scattering. How many times have you seen this bit of scattering at the supermarket? You look in the cake mix section and find bananas. Or you look in the coffee section and you find milk. 9 times out of 10, they reflect a shopper's change of mind. You say, I guess I don't need the hair conditioner after all. Oh, wait a minute. If I buy that Scotch Guard, I will go over my shopping budget, and rather than take it back, you leave it in the most convenient place. A person can get creative in scattering. After all, no one likes to be seen doing this. Well, it will cost you money. One thing it creates is an extra job in the market just to put all the stuff back.
We do this every single day. Whenever we have a free chance from not bagging, we do this. Go up and down the aisles, get all the go-backs, put them away, separate them, throw things away. We usually have about 3 to 4 carts a day.
Another cost to you is in the product loss. Many of these things can't be returned. Frozen foods or other perishables have to be thrown out in the garbage. Add this to the work of the grazer, the person who opens packages, takes a sample, and then scatters the open package to be thrown away. All of this is part of the $1.5 billion lost to supermarkets due to shrinkage. And it's all coming out of your pocketbook in the form of higher food costs. So how do you keep scattering under control? If you have something in your cart that you decide you don't want, don't just drop it anywhere. Return it to its proper place. If everybody did this, it would certainly pay you back at the check stand. Now, don't go away, because we're going to warn you about a very serious health hazard that may exist in your home after this break. Well, I got to clean the grease off. We get some really super mail, and Zana Gray of Huntsville, Alabama, has sent us another entry for our Fight Back Label Hall of Fame. She says she's confused about the label for Ragu Pizza Sauce, and she sent it along. It clearly says pizza sauce on the front, but on the back it gives nutritional information for spaghetti sauce. It also says that for 40 years, Ragu spaghetti sauce has been made from a traditional Italian recipe, but there's nothing about the pizza sauce. Her confusion, is it pizza sauce or is it spaghetti sauce? Well, we got in touch with Ragu Foods in Rochester, New York, and they told us that their spaghetti sauce and their pizza sauce are basically the same, with just a few added spices in the pizza sauce. They did admit that the label is a little confusing, and they're going to look into it, and they said they might even change it. Well, Ragu, it's too late. Your confusing label is going to be forever enshrined in our Fight Back Label Hall of Fame. Here we go, Ragu. And Zana Gray for bringing this to our attention, and to our Hall of Fame judges who picked this for you, Zana, we're going to send you a Fight Back t-shirt. Millions of Americans may be suffering from formaldehyde poisoning and not even know it. Now, I've uncovered information showing that the formaldehyde vapor in our homes is enough to literally make us sick, seriously sick. The danger of formaldehyde poisoning is not new. In February 1982, the government banned urea formaldehyde foam insulation in homes because of the sickening effects it had on people. But in going through some unpublished government studies on formaldehyde, I found there are many more potent sources of formaldehyde vapors than foam insulation, sources as inescapable as the air we breathe. We cannot escape formaldehyde. It's used to manufacture so many of the things we buy every day. We bring some home in every bag of groceries. We just can't get away from it. Draperies, carpets, and upholstered furniture may all give off formaldehyde fumes. Formaldehyde is used in fabric dyes and to make clothing permanent press. And it's in building materials, especially pressed wood products like wall paneling, plywood, and most of all, particle board. We use particle board to make so many things we can't do without it, even though it may give off more urea formaldehyde fumes than foam insulation. Yet the insulation is banned and the particle board is not.
In houses that we've been in which the major problem has been particle board, the concentrations of formaldehyde are anywhere from 2 to 10 times higher than they are in homes with foam insulation. So obviously, if foam insulation is dangerous from the standpoint of formaldehyde, then particle board is that much more dangerous because of the potential for releasing formaldehyde.
Particle board is made from wood chips, impregnated with urea formaldehyde resin, then formed and pressed into uniform sheets of any desired size. It's become the universal building material. It can be cut, shaped, veneered, and painted almost like natural wood. And most important of all, it's cheap. Cheaper than plywood, far cheaper than virgin lumber. Some inexpensive furniture is made almost entirely of particle board. And of course, the more and more particle board we put into our homes, the more of it we're exposed to in the air we breathe. The manufactured housing industry uses huge amounts of pressed wood products in its homes. It's in the cabinets and the countertops and shelves and in the floors. More than 1,000 square feet of particle board flooring in each manufactured home. Unless those particle board surfaces are properly sealed, the levels of formaldehyde inside the house can become intolerable. We've also degraded our indoor air quality by trying to make our homes airtight and energy efficient. Ever since the early 1970s, we've been telling people to insulate and weather strip their homes, install double pane glass and double door entries. Keep the heat inside on a cold day and keep it outside on a hot day. The irony is that by trapping all that useful energy inside our houses, we've trapped ourselves inside our own household air pollution. Not just formaldehyde, but tobacco smoke and cooking odors, aerosols and household chemicals, pesticides, paints, solvents, and combustion byproducts like carbon monoxide and oxides of nitrogen.
We certainly are not helping our health when you take a home that used to have 5 complete air changes an hour and get it down to where it has only 1/2 of an air change an hour.
We've made ourselves so comfortable in our closed temperature, controlled environments, we forget to open them up and air out our houses once in a while. We've just closed the tight little boxes we live in and locked them, and it can make us sick. Now you might ask just how sick. I'll tell you how sick. Formaldehyde poisoning makes you feel like you have the flu or a cold. You get achy, you run a low-grade temperature, or you might even think you have an allergy. Your nose might be stuffed up, or it might be running, or your eyes might get watery. and that is really making you feel sick and not knowing where it's going to come from or what is causing it. If you feel that you have the symptoms of formaldehyde exposure, let the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission know about it. They want to hear from you. They have a toll-free number. It's area code 800-638-2772. And in Hawaii, call area code 800-638-8333. This problem can't really be dealt with until there has been a full-scale national debate on the issue. The stakes are just too high. And we'll be right back after this break. Has any of you ever heard of... Time is up. But if you have a commercial you'd like to have us challenge, or you want to get something off your mind that's really bothering you, or you'd like tickets to see our program, here's where to write. Fight Back, Burbank, California, and our zip code is 91523. And of course, if we use your letter on the program, we're going to send you a Fight Back t-shirt. And remember, stay aware and informed, and fight back, and don't let anyone rip you off. Okay. Let's see now.